But once again about Pinax TV. So there are many things happening in this country. In fact, currently in Ghana, one of the pastors and the bishop who is trending so much is Bishop Dag Heward, who is the founder and overseer of the Lighthouse Chapel International. This is a big church, no doubt. I think it's even bigger than Christ Embassy Ghana. Applaud him for the good works he's done and how far he has sent the ministry of God across all the globe. But in every organization, there are problems. Before I even come on to this particular issue, I want to let people know. I've seen some forecast say, hey, why should you attack Bishop Dag Heward Mills? His God's anointing 1 year there. Those talks, once again, I'll retreat again. They are lame and foolish and hypocritical talks, because obinim ana obofo ana say Ebenezer adakwa yadom ana say ebia beduko bi ne koya, you guys will be chanting in the comment section, arrest them, close down their church. Bishop Dag Heward is no exception. He's a man of God, yes, we believe. But is he above or below criticism? No. Or will use the same rod on him, and the motive is not to destroy the church. The motive is to actually correct the mistakes, because he's also a man of God. So I urge all and sundry, especially more and more journalists, to handle this issue critically. Let's see the issue and look at how we can correct the mistakes and the purportedly mistakes of alleged mistakes of Bishop Dag Heward must not pull down the church. The church is really big, and I believe it's from God. But today, the whole issue is different. The whole issue is different. It's Bishop Dag Heward, one of the pastors. This picture you are seeing on the screens, and the man we are about to talk about, his name is Bishop Oku Mensah. And this particular man, or the Simbi Abetuja, and some of the Abetuja is Bishop Dag Heward Mills. Picture on the screens, according to this man, or see Bishop Dag Heward Mills on several. In fact, when I was reading this, I said, "What?" On several times, not once, not twice, not three, not four, a lot of times, painting the woman like a demon. The man actually listened to it, and something happened. So today, the man have come out to speak. But to speak, wambambe kasaka or their courts, wabeka the side of the story. Ewo Manasa Azuri in the website, find the 4th Estate GH.com. Remember, Manasa Azuri, award-winning journalist or investigative journalist, or no any piece we ever light into the media and as the airwaves are into account of what happened. In as much as this particular pastor have gone to court to sue Bishop Dag Heward Mills of forcing him to divorce the wife and also causing emotional trauma, this man have also come out to say his side of the story. He's detailing what happened and the abuse he went through at the Lighthouse Chapel International. I know, before I start, I'd like to put this on the screens. If you want to read the whole piece, stories need and this particular man, the account, it's like 15 pages. But when you say right here, we break everything down, make it short and simple for you to know exactly what is happening. So if you want the whole story, you can go to Manasa Azuri's the 4th GH website, the 4th GH at the 4th Estate GH.com. The website, the 4th Estate GH.com, to read the 15 paragraph stories. Other than that, you can also go to my Joe Online, where we're putting one of their pictures on the screens, and this a screencast, and I made myself a screenshot of the page. Verbatim. I'll be putting this page on the screens, may changing as time goes on. But the main reason I'm doing this is for you to follow, because certain pictures and certain text messages that this man is using as evidence in court against the Lighthouse Chapel International, and even Bishop Dag Heward Mills, the pressure to divorce the wife, according to this man, he posted, and they are all here, which is using as evidence. So we'll be showing you so that you can follow the story and not. Because we are here to report. In seminar, what we do here is in seminar by account. So I know people will be writing a whole lot of silly things in the comment section, but that's one thing. So being him there by any account, like we are also there by a we are not attacking, we are reporting. So let's start off with this particular issue. I believe you can see the screens. The title here is dark. Me be reading in Brofo, but the title here is Darkness in a Lighthouse Chapel Part 3. Bishop Dag Heward Mills prayed for strength for me to divorce my wife. This whole thing is from an expose from Manasa Azuri's the 4th STGH.com. Now, part 1 of this expose, part 3, and he said Bishop Dag Heward Mills catch one of the pastors, now force one of the pastors to divorce the wife. The part 1 me a quick recap. At the part 1 came a brana 6 members and 6 former pastors of the Lighthouse Chapel International. They resigned and they are now in court saying said the man Bishop Dag Heward is not paying SNIT. You know, Lighthouse is a non-profit organization, but looking at the caliber, it's so huge and big. And pastors who are serving in this ministry, we also need to think about their future. And as such, SNIT needs to be paid. SNIT was not paid, and at the end of the day, these pastors have gone to court to sue the Lighthouse Chapel International. Also, the part 2 of the story. Now, the part 2 of the story is from many pastors or more pastors. They were being exploited by the church. Exploited by the church, pastors. We a quick recap. And some call divorce issue. Me recap. Part 2 of the issue. Pastors say they were exploited by the church. Exploited, which means you saw basa. At a point in time, too, they were pressuring them and also telling them to raise money. They be raising money. They be raising money, making them look like beggars and also putting a psychological effect on them. At the end of the day, Ebimukra say it made them attempted suicide. Obikra suka say at the point in time, a man onyasan could be trying to cut if you. Let me highlight this part because Ebimukra say, hey, I'm adding things up. As you can see here, or see undue pressure to raise funds, which turned them into beggars. A psychological effect of their ordeals, which drove one of them to attempt suicide 3 times and also cut his scrotum. This is how serious the whole issue is. Now, the part 3 of the issue, As you can see this picture on the screens, where a bra not way back in 2003. So the question is, what happened? This was what happened. Papa, we are on the picture on the screens. This picture was taken about 17 or 18 years ago, 2003, a very long time. That time, Papa, we KNUST first at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. He came out with a degree in civil engineering, but shared the passion at Dag Heward Mills. He was a qualified doctor, but in his school, and in the ministry, in the school, the professional tour, and he came to carry the cross into a pushing ministry. Now, Papa, we felt part to say, if Dag Heward must have put the doctrine and the doctor thing aside, then or no pastor and or no as the time I know a student we school fresh or no so person carry the cross. So you put the professional, yes, the civil engineering there, and or call into full-time ministry. Or worry 2 years ago, and or call into full-time ministry. Sana graduated from the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. So this was a picture on the according to this man, he married because per the laws and even the Bible, which I also believe with my train plan, but things may come in extramarital after extra, but say it doesn't look good in the sight of God. God actually bemoans all of these things. What he did was to marry Albano Warren on his friend Emmanuel, as you can see the picture on the screen. Now, this particular wedding, which came off in 2003, that is 18 years ago, it was officiated by the deputy and I say the assistant head pastor of the Lighthouse Chapel International, Bishop E.A.T. Saki, whom I've actually been to his church several times. My 11 Chopo baby, Branham Watertown. I go to his church. I've listened to his preaching several times. Even way back at La Paz, he used to come and preach. He's a good man of God. I listened to him most of the times on the dark. It was sweet melody, so I can relate. And as I said, I've been going to their church, but I don't church I'm not a hypocrite like most people. So the question is, what happened? According to this man, immediately and a problem started to say eba. The problem came in, and the whole problem started somewhere 4 or 5 years after the marriage. But what triggered all of this landed him into the divorce was a bra in 2007, which is 4 years ago. On the 12-year anniversary. Let me put their pictures on the screens so that people can relate. We need and try people need to see the pictures of what we are talking about so they can relate. This man is saying, sir, 12 years ago, 2017, now on the 12th wedding anniversary. Internet FS or bar we used to waware now in bobra. Looking at the 12-year journey, it's not easy. Every Arabia will own up and downs. Intina papano or dream will say meto ade amawere. Into sha or say or to gifts, birthday gifts, which was around $100 together with other things. Eddie Kofi saw the command. But the Kofi or the man in song. In fact, they give you. So the question is, why would the wife reject the gift? No ankasa on tiasie. But or can't no sisi dua opa just say the wife didn't reject the gift because it be a gifts no and so mo be na say e be anya ade ope. They be kitwa crank and yini ni beje. But the question is, a ban is saying I won't know yere etifi, treating ye, only kasa basa basa. You don't even have time for your wife. You don't even do the things you are supposed to do as a husband. Not wedding anniversary. It's like fighting with somebody and I'll be on an kasa, on any kunsi, that is hypocrisy. And that was exactly what Pastor Emmanuel Mensa was doing. So the wife actually rejected the gift on that particular premise, not on the premise say gift new so and they or rejected the gift because only in tea a is an auto gift manner. It's a band and buffy, but as a papa ni it's not say a band is he stormed out of the house. Remember, as some Miki obit me or Manasa Zuru in the website, the fourth STGH.com. Now papa a stormy fifi or brand a gifts no or kunano a sem me and sapen and eringe in their west. They said it. The question is, who said it? According to this man, all along, several instances, though, Bishop Dag Heward knows together with other senior pastors, so all of them have been telling him and pressuring him to divorce the wife. This is it. Immediately, Stormy Fifi Hono, and afraid Bishop Dag Heward knows a catcher and he said, Nana, Father, this is what have happened to me because according to this man, he looked at Bishop Dag Heward knows as a senior pastor, Ubia or a fatherly figure. It's a friend kind of say, oh, Daddy, this is what have happened to me. This and this and this are the issues. Because remember, or a pastor, not a head here branch. Only to me, financial member. Members come to you, don't go to members. It's also I was say he needs to follow order and hierarchy and authority. It's in afraid Pastor Penny Obitima solve issue, which is Bishop Dag Heward most. And a Bishop Dag Heward most catch and he say, what's it? He should come down. He should come to the palace and now be or what? Or probably say Bishop Dag Heward knows on one villa in the Jordan as an office and now a day into a corner on any shadow meet on any corner. Or the Bishop Dag Heward most a kasaya. The whole thing was say. But I see a bra only Bishop Dag Heward most a kasano. The pressure. Now Bishop Dag Heward most a canning and said, divorce your wife, leave her because. According to this particular man of God, Emmanuel Mensa, our pastor say the notion, now said the picture that Bishop Dag Heward most painted was that the woman was devil and that the woman was evil. At the same time, too, the woman was blocking the ministry and the ministerial work of Pastor Emmanuel Mensa. Into a catcher, Bishop Dag Heward most for in that particular manner. Now, on that night, a sema or stormy. The next day, only Bishop Dag Heward most ekoye meeting in nature, at the end of the day, or some back it will fear now or share if things can actually go on a war between the wife. But as all of these things the whole thing actually became worse. In fact, it moved from bad to worse. This was because these 10 of events and Babe can't 1-7 it followed. Now, Ansan and Meka will say this whole issue is in court because this man that you are seeing the picture on the screens, he has taken the thing to court. He's suing the Lighthouse Chapel and also suing Dag Heward most for pressuring him to divorce the wife. Now, may to us a panel air patches say these whole issues are a question and they were hot. Now, the man is saying the pressure kept on mounting. Or see, or yeah, at the point in time now or had a service Kodesh. He has a service Kodesh, or more head office, and now more head church Accra, Kanishi, North Kanishi, if I'm getting the place right. And on that particular time, he was engaged in a whole lot of activities. Or see at that time, this man recounting the pressure and the workload near there. He was even hosting a program at Sweet Melodies. Aside from that, too, all had a service Kodesh, he was also hosting a program, Sweet Melodies, which is run by Lighthouse Chapel International. At the same time, too, he was also in charge of the whole musician. So he was also in charge of officiating all of those music and things at the Kodesh. Aside from that, too, he was the same person who was taking care of the weddings and other things. So the pressure, according to this man, was small. Now, Papa no air patches say in some of their court in the ABB, but each and every time be our Bekufi and Yeni complain because so to me 50 hour match 5, about 12 a.m. He doesn't have time for the wife and children. And aside from that, Yeni castle complain here. Now Papa no echo saw no catch the superior so say ni say American in boabe na meet man boabe. Would you think I should have time with my wife, or I should be doing God's work and being late and not seeing my wife, or making her seem like she doesn't exist in my life? Anytime this answer, they will actually say a comment or paint a picture to make the man's wife look like the demon, and the man's wife is actually blocking the work of God. Now, I'll see, and so a whole lot of things are in one screenshot at the bet show, it will show you an evidence, a panel way back in 2018. That was most, according to him, that was most a friend, basically the meeting was for him to actually pressure him for him to divorce the wife. Now, let me take this particular part, because this particular part of Mabekano, this is where all the Jews came from. Now, according to Pastor Emmanuel Oko Mensano, on several times, and a bishop Dag Heward most, I can't say, or say on one occasion, na omu staff meeting, ewa mampon, omu minister na say, omu theologists kana Christians komu training pastors, ewa mampon. Na oko ne bra na oni omu woho, na omu church university students, on person omu pastor ni bishop adieno. Ena Bishop Dag Heward most appointed, and I say, facing or car say you are weak. Even the woman you have gone to marry one day, when you leave, she will come back crying to Bishop E.A.T. Saki, who is the assistant pastor. Aside from that too, Papa ne say Bishop Dag Heward was a casa. It was students in Navy. It made him feel embarrassed. In fact, make crank. I feel bad for you to say this in all of these young students or more person or more into the ministry. So at a point in time, because Bishop Dag Heward was always pointing him at as a black sheep crown, people were actually not coming to him. Now they were disassociating themselves from him, because each and every time if Dag Heward knows Eka say you are going wayward, you are weak, definitely people will see you as a weak vessel in the Lord. And all of these things, and also in chato and a two in chat, it kept on going on and going on. Now way back in 2018, our party said na our Ogadugu Burkina Faso, and a friend said ombra na on the family no ombra church premises no so. Inti on the family in the family or say I moved with my family and went to have a meeting with Bishop Dag before going back. It's now a posting called Ogadugu Burkina Faso, and yes ombra Ghana ebrana yes on the Bishop Dag Heward most omumbe meeting to buy and a bishop ebisans when we joining one or so me only have one joining no your wife is fighting your ministry. No verbatim. He said she is fighting your ministry, divorce her. According to this man, a bride posting the call Burkina Faso. Your friend is ombra na on the family on meeting with Bishop Dag Heward like a get together no. On the rambana, he didn't say hypocrisy. Unya time I baba yeden. The business we when he was saying number yes, oh you know fight two ministry, divorce her. Now, aside from that, that is not all. Or patches said certain comments being at the Adibi Bishop Dag Heward Mills, MI. Or see another incident, Bishop Okomensa Eka say he walked up to Bishop Dag Heward Mills Kodesh car park. Na that time Bishop Dag Heward Mills on the other ministers, which is a man of God. I want to ask more kasa. Na Bishop Dag Heward Mills Eka say Okomensa we do a tuichi edi nufuichi. I hope says no funny tuna winyano utimi esum. If I read this in English, so comments you followed buttocks, you followed breasts. I hope you are getting it to touch. And these things, or Patrick said, these things put a damn toll on him. I just say, a man named Guasia, he fell down, he felt like Sebi, a stupid rat. Because for the head pastor to tell you this, he tells you clearly, say no, oh dear, Sebi, you can't pakra. Unkebi and I say unkahubi. Now, Sir Bishop Okomense ya also ekato as say on September 28, 2018, Bishop Dag Heward knows also can be say or no on divorcing a wife. Now, this was when Onu Okomensa Okohun Bishop Dag Heward knows. I don't know so Onokun and Bishop Nebehun, but there was a meeting, and this was what happened. Bishop Dag Heward knows Ebisane said, Okomensa, have you looked at a woman lustfully before? And Okomensa said yes. So we can't last fully before you say be a boy dramai. But what it meant is always Christian. The Bible says whoever looks at a woman lustfully have slept with her already. Into who or baby or queen be so or baby the mianame bomama near the idea. The Bible saying in your mind, once you've perceived that it has already happened, you've committed adultery. So this was a questioner. Maybe since when who or baby I can't done it da na. And I say So why is that the Bible now can say if you look at the woman lustfully, you've already committed adultery. So based on this, you qualify for a divorce. Or pass a Bishop Dag Heward must a pushing and say nasi dia. With me who baby na nimpokwa ni aka say abonimu kakra, which is a man a normal ye. It's bad to be ye because ben may be definitely before any so or condone ade or say BBC na papa when the man resisted now I dream bisa one then he qualifies for a divorce. Of say you read the English verse, I say after all Jesus said on the basis of adultery you can divorce your wife. Okomensa recalls that he was most similar to a hurting husband. Jesus said, if you look at a woman lustfully, you've committed adultery. Oko, have you looked at a woman lustfully before? I said yes. The bishop confessed as that he was most said the verdict. Then you qualify to divorce your wife. Divorce her. I'll officiate another wedding for you. Okomensa recounts the verdict. Inti or see a chain bishop that he was most like a chain say, so wash your baby in such a way. Dia na nya men ko pacho me ha divorce we me amedi kan and I made ejinimu na ma share our for so amount. That's what happened at that. These are the various accounts of the man. Now son what happened in the divorce issue. No, I want to put something on the screen. Okay, I said you make us and me catch or say there was one instance a year papa ya make an answer no or party say posted ko Ogadugu, which is Burkina Faso. Na okọ no ebra Bishop Dag Heward was on brand on the family morning in meeting our Ghana one of their premises Jordan Osedeno. Opa ya on the amba meeting for various reasons be an with Juma and say emergency and yare no. Okọ ye no and a Bishop Dag Heward must business or when here oka say oni hania de and a Bishop Dag say and a woman she's fighting you to leave her. This was the chat. It's about making I wanted to put the screenshot on the screen. So as you can see, this thing is a screenshot of Kwashi Ethel. This is coming from the wife, a brown and a wife in Indian common. This is a screenshot. Say, Charlie, are you on your way? I believe this is from the wife. And Bishop, no, I just finished my meeting, no, about to leave Jordan, which is the premise, and Bishop Dag Heward was in the office. Someone said, KK, wasn't easy, really. The wife says, really? I said, really wild meeting. Come. Now, the wife can say, they brief here. And I said, wild meeting about you. The meeting no, it was about and basically pressuring him to divorce the wife. Now, there are more things. As I make course on what happened with the divorce, there's one particular thing, a course where this man is saying, it was one of the things, a pushing more, another word, most a pushing more, I'm trying to get it. I'm trying to get the whole thing. It's one statement I'm making. I'm trying to get it, but if I don't get it, okay, I think it's here. Asema papi esanka to aso no air part say right from the beginning. Na Bishop Dag Heward Mills no aware na ne ninje ho. For some reason, no, Bishop Dag Heward Mills had developed some enigma towards the man. Which means aware na on ne ware kra na Bishop Dag Heward Mills on said am pe woman na say aware na kra na ni enje ho. Say Bishop Dag Heward Mills, waka several times instigate say on ne in Jaya, or say at one time, or say Bishop Okomensa says on several occasions when he accompanied his marriage to some senior officials of the church and Dag Heward Mills, the advice would include sack her from the house, which means each and every time you own time money near the Adibia and Okwa. Now or catch the senior pastor ni Bishop Dag Heward Mills said he should sack the wife from the house. Remember, this issue is coming from the account of Manasseh Zuri's interview and an narrate and an information exposed regarding the whole darkness in the lighthouse. These are the accounts of the man I pay. Now, what happened? The question is, Yakasa, Papano, Bishop Dag Heward Mills, Akasa, Wakase, Jane, Hireno, near the idea. We've seen all the instances of Papana painting it clearly together with pictures near the idea. I think I would like to show you one picture here on the screen. So this is a picture of Bishop Dag Heward Mills on the Oko, Bishop Oko Mensa, as you can see on the screen. This picture, Bishop Dag Heward Mills is the one nice man there, or share his clad in the apparel of the church attire. And Nipa Wakotua. Ye bompire ye de anointing egu no so Bishop Oko Emmanuel Oko Mensa. This was a picture he provided to actually serve his claim and as one of the evidence is in court. Now, Now, in regards to this particular issue, no, of course, the question is what happened. Then, of course, so, did he divorce the wife or not? I see. It was not nice no who said they be. In some course, but me and me boom con pressure air banner. I was saying me take your decision. So the decision came: should I divorce my wife or not? Until she has here, or say after enduring more than a decade of alleged abuse, shame, and harassment from his church, and even on his marriage, no, Bishop Okomensa Eka said, "O be to sue Nyame over Dag Heward Mills and also be to sue Emanuela over Lighthouse." So finally, Bishop Okomensa he left the church, and thank God he didn't divorce the wife. Finally, me know saying on they've been married for 15 years. 15 years of marriage. Also, Okomensa will celebrate 15 years of marriage this December. His gift to his wife on the anniversary will no doubt be accepted as he laughs. And now, the man is currently 44 years. So, I resigning from Lighthouse Chapel. You know, share insomnia the idea of course. We said no. I saw you need Dimbuano. You already in hope being in the kind of they be also fear sorry war. I saw you because at a point in time, this man is saying, say, Ejuma no, you know, Nyas Kapua or the 2 feet. You know, the year Juma. The Ejuma or in Christian is net. But no, we square or we with a degree in civil engineering. He was not being paid enough. Aside from that, he was not being paid snap. These things put a toll on him. At the end of the day, he man up. He became big, he man up, and then he left the church. Sorry, Nyankopon with me be in your own ministry. As you are seeing the flashes gallivanting on the screens, no. And then on and that's what this is the happy ending of this whole thing. But we can't actually attest to this because these are claims from this man. Remember, the issue is in court, so we can say we can talk about it, but we cannot judge and we cannot take sides. And this is what happened so far. No. According to this particular blog, Manessa Zero, they say they reached out to Lighthouse Chapel for a comment, but they didn't mind them. And looking at the turn of events, it seems like they are never going to mind them. And based on this particular thing, they are saying that they are putting out the story. The issue is in court because this man has also filed a red saying that Bishop Dag Heward Mills pressured him to leave the wife because emotional trauma, and at the end of the day, too. The abuse is suffered together with other snakes and not any paid. See our panel, semi flyer baby DH and baby ma. He's heading on a very nice picture like that. I know people will be saying, say, Adena, Papano, oh yeah, pastor, not pastor, but let me tell you something. We can't judge because if you're in his shoes, perhaps no, maybe I said, oh dear, say, what time it took will be a I know, say we have conscience, and the man was at a point in time needed to look at the whole thing. But the good news at the end of the day, he was able to come back to his senses and know, say, I need to choose my wife over the Lighthouse, and I need to choose God over Dag Heward Mills, which I think is the best thing, because at the end of the day, Bishop Dag Heward Mills is a man of God, but he's not God himself. So as you can see, Sisia will be in his own ministry, it's a church. He's looking good now compared to the pictures I was seeing earlier. And I think everything is so. These are the various allegations that Exp0se in regards to this whole Bishop Dag Heward Mills thing. This is what we have that we've given you. I want to see the church that this man is actually heading. So I'm looking at one of the pictures about a producer. Yes, I say host Bishop Exp0se Accra, Exp0se, which means Exp0se International Senior Pastor, which means right now he's a pastor at Exp0se. I think so, and also so this is what is going on in regards to the whole thing. We'll give you more updates as these 10 of events actually goes. I don't want to talk more about it because this is the account of the man. We need to know what the court will say or what the courts will say about this whole issue. We'll give you more updates as this 10 of events unfold. Thank you so much for watching.